Hello. Good evening. Oh, what time is it? 8:03. Not bad. Good evening, welcome. Happy Crimson Tuesday. Judith Butler's lover. Ooh, Jim plays games. Yay. Crimson Tuesday. 50 cheers. 50 bits for the Crimson Tuesday. Thank you. Hey, Crominal. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Happy Crimson Tuesday. It's another one of these. Tonight is going to be a music stream. Dan is still not set up yet, which makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm sure he'll be here eventually. And I hope he hops into chat eventually so he can tell me when he's ready. Because I don't have too much to say. I do have a bit of a good dev update and like another project that kind of got half announced, but not really announced, so I can talk a little bit about that. Of course, we're going to run the trailer, and let me look at my notes. That is pretty much it, and then we're going to be killing time until Dan's ready, which I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but we'll figure something out. Okay, so I guess first, yes, Judith Butler's lover. Good dev update. You're expanding the game to 15 chapters. Oh my goodness. It was hard enough getting chapter 4 done. I don't even want to say when I had originally planned to have chapter 4 done. It was far into 2020 that I thought I would have it done, but it is officially done. Chapter 4 of 7 of the Crimson Diamond is officially done. But there's some optional things I can add if I feel like it, and I hope I do feel like it eventually. And just some extra writing, like some text parses and things I need to add in a little bit. But the whole thing is playable from beginning to end. So it's and everything, like all the assets are there pretty much. The only thing that's missing is, for some of the scenes where you can listen in on conversations, I haven't done close-up versions of those scenes, but the scenes are there. I mean, you can still play them, and you get just like the regular game view of what that scene looks like, but you don't get any close-up views. And there's a few scenes that are missing that, so not essential, but something I would eventually like to have. And I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to do them now or later, because in the intervening time since starting and finishing chapter 4, I've gotten a lot of really good feedback about the demo section of the game and some suggestions, and I do want to incorporate those and come out with a new demo version. And so I'm wondering if I'll do that first and then maybe go back to a bit of chapter 4 or move on to chapter 5. I'm not sure yet. Cromwell wants to know, did you put those stones you bought a while back to use? I haven't done anything with them, and I feel really bad about that. I'm hoping things are going to be a little bit quieter. I need to do my taxes. I need to finish my taxes, and then I'm hoping maybe I'll carve out some time for myself. Oh, Kima BG, thank you for congratulating me on finishing the chapter. Thank you. Yes, it's a long time coming. Ooh, yes. Judith Butler's lover remembers when I was on Matt Chat with what's Matt Chat's channel? I think if you just YouTube search bar Matt Chat, Matt with Matt Barton, you should find him. Given approximate deadlines, they were real first-time developer hopes. Yes, high hopes, and not really based on any experience with releasing a game. We'll see. But yeah, Cromwell, I wish I had something to show on that front, but I don't. But yes, dev update chapter 4, kind of done. Oh, hey CGG Rick, thank you for congratulating me on chapter 4. CGG Rick is making an adventure game himself, and you guys are using Adventure Game Studio as well, right? Nausimus, good to see you. Yeah, so Rick and Paul are making the Phantom Fellows, and I think it's done in AGS, Adventure Game Studio, which is the same engine that the Crimson Diamond is made in, so that's kind of exciting. And I haven't played the demo yet. I'm going to for sure because it looks really awesome. But Rick, if you wanna drop the link down in chat for the Steam page, yes, AGS, nice. Adventure Game Studio is awesome. I have a couple. Sorry, something in my eye. I have a couple videos on my YouTube channel that kind of show basic Adventure Game Studio stuff. So if anyone's interested in seeing what it looks like to make a bit of Adventure Game Studio game from complete scratch, well, from a template and then just some assets that the template does come with, I do run through just the very beginning stuff. And of course, there are way better and more extensive Adventure Game Studio tutorials you can find on YouTube. Yes, why would you make adventure games with anything else? It is the best. It is the best. It is the best. Well, not that I've tried anything else, but it's the best. Next. So, this past Friday... Oh, you know what? I guess I should introduce myself. Maybe I'll wait. I'm going to do this other bit of news, then introduce myself, run the trailer. Hopefully, Dan will be ready. Okay, demo for the Phantom Fellows is not released on Steam yet. Okay. Okay, so I don't feel so bad about not playing it yet. Okay. So, last Friday, the Sweet Baby Incorporated, they tweeted a bit, like not really an announcement, but they'd like to showcase some of the people that they work with and on different projects. And they featured me on that tweet for Friday. And the game that I'm working on with Sweet Baby Incorporated, they are a narrative development and design scriptwriting consultation place. They're based in Montreal, Canada, and they work on tons of different projects. And I'm working on something with them in my first time role as an art director, and that's been really cool. It's been a really, really great learning experience for me, and they've been so great because one of the first things I told them when they did a video call with me, and I said I've never done art direction before. And one of the founders of Sweet Baby said, no, that's great because we'd actually really like to, teach people these roles and get people acquainted and give them opportunities to try these different things that they might not otherwise. And it's been a really amazing learning opportunity for me. And I've been able to do some, sort of guide the look of the game that we're working on with this great team that Sweet Baby has put together. And I'm actually, I'm being an art director. I get to give feedback and do approvals on art and stuff, and it feels really official and art directory. And I'm learning more and more about working on teams because I was a freelance illustrator for about 10 years, and then I kind of moved myself into solo game development, so there was not a lot of working with other people. And it's something I'm definitely picking up along the way, and stuff like this great art direction role with Sweet Baby, and also working with Xalavier Nelson from Strange Scaffold on Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, and another unannounced project with him. I'm learning so much about working with teams and getting things done and tracking progress and all the rest of it. Yes. Oh, Bill Coon, thank you for the subscription. Awesome. 4 months. Thank you. What's it like being an art director? It's challenging, and it has been stressful for me because I'm not really sure what's expected of me, and sometimes I don't know how much direction I should take and how much I should give, and how much of a lead role I should take, and how much I should be kind of looking toward what the creative director is looking for, and things like that. So it's a bit of a balancing act that way, but it's a good thing to learn, and I would like to do it more in the future potentially. And this one's great because this is a fairly small team of people. And I'm only really managing one other person, so it's been the perfect learning experience for me. And I can't say what the project is yet, so this is yet another unannounced project. So far this year, there has been one announced project, which is, well, I guess the Crimson Diamond is kind of an announced project. Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator with Xalavier Nelson is another announced project that hopefully will be released this year. And then also with Xalavier from Strange Scaffold, I've worked on another. Oh, this earring is stuck. I've worked on another unannounced project, and then I'm currently working on this unannounced project with Sweet Baby. So hopefully some of this stuff will get announced eventually. Judith Butler's Lover, have you made anyone cry, crush their hopes and dreams, thrown their portfolio at the wall? It's kind of hard to do that when working remotely, to throw their portfolio at the wall. I guess I could click and drag an image on my desk against the desktop repeatedly or something. but it hasn't happened yet. No, the artist we have is really, really good and been really receptive to feedback, and been really prompt and everything. So it's been wonderful. It's not been a trouble really. So that's that. I guess by this time. Oh wow, Oh, Bilkun, you did the Photoshop Revelation clip. The link just spontaneously there. The Photoshop Revelation clip that Bilkun just put on Nightbot is interesting because it was made by Cable Sasser, who is one of the founders of Panic, who are making the Playdate currently, which is this really adorable little yellow boxy black and white display crank control with a directional pad on it, and it's going to be releasing a season of games at a time. Oh, Dan is he's almost there. Good, Dan's almost there. Oh, and Eden Wave, okay, also news about the hardware. Good, thank you. You've given me something else to talk about while Dan is still not ready. Yeah, Eden Wave, so so Cable Sasser did that Twitter video about me discovering the non-anti-aliased eraser tool in Photoshop, and it was nice. He asked if he could do it, and he edited it together so great, and it's been apparently something a lot of people can relate to, so that's kind of nice. Yes, Eating Way says Panic also find crafters excellent Mac and iOS software. Yes. Oh, and also Nightbot put up Geek's Guide to the Galaxy. I talked about that last week. I was on Wired.com's podcast Geek's Guide to the Galaxy with David Barr Kirtley, and the other guest was Kurt Collada, who wrote The Guide to Classic Graphic Adventures, which is a really great overview of the history of adventure games. So that's what Nightbot just did. I forgot to turn that one off, but it's a really good listen, and if you don't feel like listening to it, there's an article as well that got written up on Wired as well. And yeah, about the hardware. Yeah, so Edenwaith, I got myself the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro 16 thanks to the Pixels BIPOC Creator Fund grant, and I have set up Windows on it and done nothing else with it so far. Yeah, I've been busy, so I haven't gotten around to playing with it, and so I'm not streaming from the Wacom Mobile Studio today. We're still using the Surface Pro 2. And I have found a bit of a problem with the Wacom Mobile Studio because its steepest viewing angle is probably no more than 45 degrees. And so it's got a camera, but the camera's on the side, and so it's like the underneath of my chin and in the ceiling. So I'll have to prop it up on something else. It comes with a stand, but the stand only goes up to about 45 degrees, and it's not going to cut it if I'm going to be streaming with that camera, because it's just like this. Hey, good, Nightbot's on the ball. Yeah, the Pixels BIPOC Creator Program is a great grant. It's really easy to apply for. You have to be Canadian, you have to identify as Black, Indigenous, or a person of color, be a creative lead, and are making a game solo or with a team of 3 or fewer people. And what's been great about that is, so there are funds associated with it, but there's also mentorship. And so last week I had, almost every day of the week, there was a mentorship workshop for all the grant receivers, and they've been on topics like marketing and PR and production and all kinds of stuff. So it's been a really good experience for so many reasons. Will that be for the next art stream? Yeah, I probably need an external webcam. Jim plays games. That's probably eventually what's going to happen. Because yeah, I don't think the side-mounted chin cam is going to cut it. Yes, Surface Pro 2 forever. I guess by now I should introduce myself. My name is Julia Minamata. I'm the indie game dev behind The Crimson Diamond, which is a mystery adventure game set in Northern Ontario. And it's kind of made to look like a game from 30 years ago. It also is made to sound like one, and that's going to bring us to Dan, the musician on the project, who we will be seeing shortly if he's ready soon. Yeah, Pixels might also have the requirement that your name be Julia, which really cuts down the competition because it's not really that common of a name. Oh, hey Ronald, good to see you. Ronald Dragster, good to see you. Yeah, so yeah, I'm making this game. I'm using Adventure Game Studio. Dan Policar is using a Roland MT32, to make the music, which also is a period-appropriate synth. Yes, Deluxe Tux is only Tuesday. Feels like it should be Friday? Well, most importantly, it's Crimson Tuesday. So it's not just any Tuesday. Although most Tuesdays, to be fair, are Crimson Tuesdays. But yeah, so I'm making this game, and Dan is making the music for the game. There is a playable demo of the first chapter on Steam. And you can play it, let me know what you think, hopefully. Wishlist the game, hopefully. Yes, thank you to the Butler's Lover. What is a Roland MT32? Thank you. Fine. You probably asked that question. How many months do you think in a row? How many weeks in a row have you asked that? And the only way I realized that you kept asking that question is you actually saying that you keep asking that question. I would never have remembered. But because of that, we're gonna take it to the trailer. So we have this awesome game trailer, and the music you'll hear in it is an original composed by Dan. It is the Crimson Diamond theme song, and it's one of my favorite songs, probably for pretty obvious reasons. But yeah, we're gonna play the trailer, and then we're gonna stare at each other until Dan is ready. Oh, I've got nothing else, guys. Got nothing else. Yeah, we'll worry about that when we get to it. At least 6 weeks, probably more of asking the same question. What is a Roland MT32? And yes, Bilkin, we do need a Roland command to explain what a Roland MT32 is. I should get on that. Okay, we're gonna do the trailer, but first let me do the music. All right, here we go.
Crimson, Ontario was once a prosperous, lively mining town. But that was a long time ago. Now it's quiet, nearly deserted, and some folks aim to keep it that way. Nancy Maple is an aspiring mineralogist assigned to follow the trail of a dazzling diamond. An intriguing cast of characters has converged under one roof, each meaning to get their own way. Or else. Will Nancy untangle the mysteries and machinations before it's too late? Will the sleepy town of Crimson shine once more? Find out in The Crimson Diamond, an upcoming adventure game by Julia Minamata. The Crimson Diamond demo is available on Steam and itch.io for Windows PC and Mac OS.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the trailer. So Judith Butler's Lover, you have made it to another week of seeing the trailer. Amberzine, 10-month subscription. Holy cow. Thank you, Amberzine. That's awesome. And Sakana Kao, good to see you as well. Good to see you. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so Dan is a little delayed. He's a little delayed. So why don't we do a little question-answer period or something? If you guys have any questions about the Crimson Diamond, production of the Crimson Diamond, anything Crimson Diamond related, please ask. And I'll try to think of something else to say. Oh, Dan says he's got something working that he needs working. Next week should be an art stream. And hopefully I'll be streaming from the Wacom, but I don't know because, like I said, the camera is an issue, and I don't have another webcam, but that can be fixed easily. And then it will be more of the introductory sequence art refinement, and maybe if I can dream of something else to do too, because I like mixing it up a little bit too. Yes, Jim plays games. Dan is never late or early. He arrives precisely when he means to. Oh yes, please, Deluxe Talks. There's a reminder to everyone in chat about the free parser game K-Station. You finished it this week and you recommend it, Deluxe Talks? Yes, please do. I have it still on my phone and I haven't gone to it, but it's on my phone. Like it's a tab on my browser on my phone, so that's how I don't forget things. Cromwell wants to know, how does the game end? How does the Crimson Diamond end? With a scroll of credits. Have you ever thought of a 3D game that is shaded like an EGA game? Judith Butler's Lover wants to know. No. I don't know how to use anything else but Adventure Game Studio. I'm terrified of 3D. I never was good at playing 3D games. My spatial awareness is not so good. And making, like maybe voxel, maybe a little voxel game would be fun. But other than that, and I wouldn't imagine doing it. When did I first start the game? Ronald Dragster wants to know how many hours, days can you work on it, and it's impressive. Thank you. When did I start the game? Okay, so I started the game maybe 10 years ago. That's the short answer. I started it because, I was working as a freelance illustrator, and I had a lot of time on my hands, and so I started making little rooms and stuff, and it kind of grew from that really slowly, really slowly over time. It kind of congealed into something that kind of resembled a game until 2018 when I applied to the wordplay event in Toronto at the Toronto Reference Library. And then when I got into the event, I realized I needed to whip up a demo into shape. But fortunately, most of the ingredients were already there for the demo. I just needed to, refine it and target it to be specifically for something that I could show other people. And so from 2018 to now, I've kind of been working on it for the most part, and not as a hobby so much, but as an actual project that I mean to spend a lot of time on. And it's kind of hard to say how many hours or days I work on it a week, because I've mentioned these other projects I sometimes take on, and that I can't resist doing because they're so cool, and I just never know when those opportunities will come again. And so I say yes, and I say yes. And I'm happy to do them. And I'm happy to kind of meet people and work with people and learn all these things I've been learning. And I know that will push back the Crimson Diamonds release date a little bit, but I'm kind of, from working as a freelance illustrator, I've always said yes. I've always said yes to these opportunities because you just never know when they're going to come around again and if they ever will. So that's why I do them. Yes, not with a whimper, but with a bang of credits. And maybe it will end up with a first-person shooter, a voxel first-person shooter. Just like Hugo's House of Horrors. David P. Gray, his fourth Hugo game was a 3D shooter, so why not? There's precedent. Would you like to see a recollection, some Colonel's Bequest screens to be in daylight instead of nighttime? I would like to see you recollection some Colonel's Bequest screens to be daylight instead of nighttime. That would be a fun thing. That would be fun. Because those screens are they're lit so much like a dusk time scene that it kind of would be cool to see what that would look like. But it's not even just a palette swap. It would have to be also the way the shadows are done and stuff. A lot of that would have to be redone because the shadows in the Colonel's Bequest are these amazing long shadows that stretch across pathways and stuff and just extend past the whole screen. And that kind of gives it that amazing dusk feeling. The day and night screens in the Crimson Diamond are not like that. I didn't do those beautiful, gorgeous long shadows. I basically just did a palette swap and I didn't redo any of the shadows. So for me, that would mean, that would be a lot more work than you'd expect, I think, to do daytime scenes of those Colonel's Bequest scenes. Can I just check on Dan? Dan's getting his stuff together. I said, Dan, is your stuff together? And then he said no. And then later on, I messaged him, Dan, is your stuff closer together now? He said no. But no, he's here. He's almost here. Dan is imminently going to be here. Oh, hey, perfect timing. Yes, good to go. Dan, awesome. Okay. Dan is good to go. Would I want to live in Nancy's world? Cromwell says, well, Nancy's world is basically Canada in 1914, which would be okay, I guess, but I like now. I mean, all things considered, I like now. But it wouldn't be that bad, probably. Although, if I knew then what I know now, I would probably try to not be in Canada for certain historical times. Yes, Mousimus, independent life is always feast or famine. Yeah, there's always this feeling like I'm never going to see another job ever again. I always felt that way. Every time I did a job, that was the last thing I'd ever do. And so, in a way, it's good because it really motivates you to try to put out your best work every time you have that opportunity. But it's also terrifying. But it's also good because you have a flexible schedule and you can wake up when you want to and you can go to bed when you want to and you can just take off for a day or two when you want to. But that freedom does come at a price, for sure. Dan is here. Yes, Dan is here. Slash Studio, you showed up just in time for Dan. No, entered it in 1914. That's true. Yes, over the treetops. Yes. What I am referring to, the historical event I am referring to that I would try to avoid in Canada would be World War II. So yeah, that would not be something I'd want to stick around for. Okay. Daniel. Okay. We have Daniel says no one calls him that. Daniel. We're gonna smash cut to you soon. We're pretty much done here. So I guess what I'll do is I'll take the opportunity while Dan is not able to defend himself, is to introduce Dan. Dan Policar is the musician on the Crimson Diamond. He is composing all original, beautiful pieces of music on the Roland MT32. Oh yes, I don't have an NPR voice. I'll try. Dan Policar, I can't do it. Dan Policar is an award-winning, a Grammy-nominated musician who's toured the world with Sean Paul for 9 years. And he composes music, he teaches music, he's a performer, he plays the guitar, he wears sunglasses at night. He is a huge nerd and loves adventure games and has worked on Empire of Sin with Brenda Romero and Romero Games, which is out, and you can play it and hear all of Dan's awesome music. And he also worked on a Conan the Barbarian inspired little game by someone who sometimes comes to chat for Roy. Danny Boy. Crimson Diamond trailer narration is very NPR. I can't do it though. I can't do it on the fly. I don't know. I had to do an embarrassing amount of takes of that voiceover. Yes, Sean Paul. Okay, so Dan is really talented. He composes the music live on stream, which we will see, although we don't know what we're going to do tonight. We'll figure something out. Dan, tell me you have something that we can work on tonight. But yeah, so we're going to cut to Dan. So alternate weeks, it's a music stream usually, and between music and art, we alternate between us. And so today you're going to be treated to, hopefully, a technically perfect, no issues, wonderful video, wonderful sound stream that Dan will provide. Oh, no idea? Okay, we'll figure something out. Okay, Dan, yeah, you go live. And are you live? I'm going to read you. Let's do this. Thank you for coming, you guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to raid Dan. Daniel, are you alive? I'm going to try to raid you, Dan, whether you're alive or not. Here we go. Okay. Great. I will see you there. I will put earphones in because apparently that sounds better, but I did an audio test of myself with earphones and not, and it sounded way better without, at least for my setup, but I will put on earphones in deference to Dan's whatever he's got going on. Python isn't low level enough for audio plugins. I don't even know what that means. Well, I'm sure Dan will explain that on his channel. Okay, so yes, I'm going to shut this down, and I'm gonna join you shortly once I start Discord up, because it's not started up yet because my computer runs out of virtual memory, like this. So I'm gonna just wait for people to get on the bus if they haven't already, and we're gonna figure something out. We will figure something out. Happy Crimson Tuesday, everybody. Good to see you, and see you soon. 23, okay. Away we go. And there it goes. Boop, boop.
delay to broadcaster now around 3 seconds. How about now? Can you guys hear and see it now?
Hummus.
20:42 Eastern time now. Okay, well, I believe you, and I supposedly am streaming. Hopefully you guys can see it and hear it in real-ish time. Am I streaming? Can you see it on the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I am actually streaming. Good, this is good. Read this out loud
You are
now.
actually. Oh man, I just refreshed when that happened, so I didn't get to do it.
Oh, okay. Everything seems okay on your end? Not bad. Okay, good. Good. So that helped
Good
a little
enough.
bit. That helped a little bit. That was like 10 seconds. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. I don't know why that is.
You guys are in the same area too, which is...
We're not really, though, because where Francisco is, he's got a lot more people around him. I should have a lot less. But, you know, who knows. Judith Butler's lover. What is a Roland MT32? Well, I'm glad you asked. I actually have no idea. Would you mind talking about it a little bit? Because I'm not too certain myself.
Oh, sure. Yeah, what it is, it's a black box, and it's got like a green display at the front of it that will show text displays of things. It's got a few dials, a few round dials, and a few small rectangular buttons. That's as far as I know what it is. I don't know what it's for, but Dan felt he needed to have one to do this.
I actually bid on another one recently, but I did not win it. It went for way too much money. Well, supposedly it was broken, and the issue was the screen was dying, and I figured getting a replacement LCD shouldn't be too difficult. But it was, instead of going for $50, it went for like $150. So I decided to skip it.
My question was, why did you want another one?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh my god. Yeah, someone said
Julie, I need an
MP32.
original box copy of Doom to finish the project.
Yeah, no doubt. A Roland MT32 is what? It's half of a Roland MT36?
Technically, I don't have a boxed copy.
Oh my god.
And actually, if you want to get really technically nerdy, I don't have
No, we don't.
any. These are not 1.1, I think, is the first version. Maybe there's 1.0, I'm not even sure. These are, let's see. Oh, this is a 1.2. I thought I had only the later versions, but I think these are both 1.2 versions. So these are technically not even the first prints. Oh well, that is what it is.
Dan, we got a question about your SW Hildebrandt small poster.
That's actually a store display from the 70s. So it's kind of rare.
Way.
Yeah, it's kind of a rare piece, actually.
Bring it closer. Bring it closer.
It's pretty big.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It probably
my
doesn't.
goodness.
It probably doesn't look so big when it's back there. I got this and another one from a buddy. And apparently it's decently rare. Let's see. 1977 is the copyright, but I don't know if that's just the movie's copyright or not. I could put it back here.
That's awesome. How have I never noticed that?
Well, I move stuff around all the time.
Oh, I see. So, okay.
So technically that is the original. I don't know if that's the original artwork that doesn't have, like, if you look at it, that's definitely not the Luke and Leia that we know if you look closely. Like, that looks nothing like either one of them. You know, and then they swapped it later. I don't know all the like the technicalities of this artwork and then why they changed it later.
Well, I can tell why they changed it later because it doesn't look like either. I can't think of their names now. You know, Carrie Fisher or Mark Hamill. That's
the saber is yellow. Were there any yellow sabers in the original 3 movies? I don't think there was. Purple. There was purple? Was there purple? I don't even know if there was purple in the original 3. There was
I don't think so.
There was just green and blue. Only blue and green and red. There was red? Who had red?
Didn't Darth Vader have red? No?
No, did he?
I don't know. Yeah, Darth Vader.
Darth Vader had red. So who had blue and green?
Luke had
Oh, Ben
green?
had one too. So Ben had
blue?
so Ben was carrying around 2 sabers for a little bit.
Okay, Luke had green. Oh, blue. Or Luke had green in Return of the Jedi.
He had green.
Like.
Oh, because the one got lost when he lost his hand or whatever. So he had to make another one.
This is good because we're not getting to the point of
Luke and Obi-Wan had blue. Luke had green in Return of the Jedi. He had to rebuild it. Yeah. Star Wars to Heaven is a song,
Mad
right?
issues against the blue sky. Is that why it was green?
Probably was.
That's amazing.
Probably was.
Yeah, I'd have a dither saber. It'd just be checkerboard.
You should do some Star Wars demake artwork. EGA Star Wars artwork.
Interesting.
Is there any EGA Star Wars? There probably is.
Probably.
I'm trying to think. There's no adventure game Star Wars though. That would be kind of cool. Luke's is green in episode 6 with blue blended in the blue Tatooine sky. Interesting.
Oh, there's an arcade game.
Well, the original arcade game is not even EGA. It was Vector, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness.
So there's only 2 or 3 colors. And it's like boxy, as I remember it. Then you have TIE Fighter and X-Wing and stuff, but that was quite a bit later. That was VGA stuff. You might have been able to run them in EGA mode. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, there was 2 or 3 side scrollers for SNES. There was Super Empire Strikes Back, Super Return of the Jedi, and Super Star Wars, wasn't there? So there was 3. And they had the NES games, which just were really kind of... There was Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. I don't think there was a Return of the Jedi for NES. I wonder why they didn't make a Star Wars adventure game. They did for several Indiana Jones. Yeah, I don't know. It would be pretty awesome. The Han Solo adventures. Well, there was Yoda Stories, which was kind of an adventure game, I guess. But it was like a Windows 3.1 game or something.
So if you could pick which of the 3 original movies to make an adventure game, which one would you do?
Probably the original, even though people like Return of the Jedi better usually.
Return of the Jedi they like better?
I think so.
I thought they liked Empire Strikes Back the best.
I don't know.
I guess you'd have to make all 3 or something.
Star Wars was already licensed out, Bill Kuhn. That makes sense. Return of the Jedi is Garbo. Once the time for out licensing expired, they made X-Wing. Oh, there you go. That makes sense. I mean, Fate of Atlantis was not based on any movie, and arguably it should have been that there was movies made based on the game. I think people would argue that instead of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Well, they made a Last Crusade into an adventure game, so.
Yeah, they made. They actually made 2 games of that Last Crusade. That they made an action game and an adventure game at the same time. I don't know why. Make one game based on one of the books, like the one with Captain. Yeah, there was there's so many Star Wars lore games that had zero to do. Well, I mean, not zero to do with the movies, but like they just kind of made up out of nowhere, like Shadows of the Empire. Pretty much all of them. Rogue Squadron, yeah. Jedi Knight, none of those. Spaceballs. You know, Spaceballs might have made the best adventure game, honestly. I mean, yeah. So were there any games where Leia had force powers? Yes. I think the Battlefront games, you could kind of say she had force powers in Battlefront 2, the original games anyway. I don't know about the newer ones because I didn't play them.
And when someone is making a Han Solo adventure game in the style of LucasArts. Cool.
I mean, how would you handle the fighting sequences? Because in Indiana Jones, the fighting was kind of cool. You used the number keypad, and you could like punch and stuff. And you could fight your way if you were really nice at fighting. You could fight your way through the game.
If you were nice at fighting?
Like if you were really good, because that was not easy to fight on and like block punches and stuff.
I see.
Like the original Pirates. I guess you could do it like that. Sword fights were tough. Yeah. Yeah, you could do it like that. Well, anyway, why are you guys all here? Are you here for this composing thing? So we were taking a look last time at, I think this is what we worked on last time, which was the shock sting.
Right.
Right? And then this is the loop point, and then we had at the end nice.
Nice.
So we can go there. I do have a few other options. Whoops. Let's go back there. Here is our TCD folder, which is a little off. If you want, we could take a look at some of these other chapters.
Yes.
Let's see what we have. We don't need to save this for now. Roland RD32. Well, you have these already in the game, don't you?
No. I don't think
don't?
you gave these to me. No.
Really?
I don't think so.
These are done. Yes, this is
This
in the
one.
game.
We have this one. Yeah.
Okay, so we have these.
Yes.
Let's try another. Let's see. Commotion sting. I don't know what this is. Because my naming is good, but we have to remember what the heck these things are. Ooh, I remember this.
I don't remember this.
This was supposed to be a conversation of some kind.
Okay, yes.
I remember that. This could use a little minor cleaning up. If you want, what we could do, and this might be cool, we could clean this one up a little because it doesn't need a lot, and then we can jump onto something else.
Sure.
I think that might be pretty cool. Got kind of weird when the Squeak Squad showed up. Well, it could be a sound issue.
It sounds different than I remember, actually.
Yeah, it might be a sound. I might have to change the sounds. 93. This is 93.
Hey, Duck with Shades.
Duck with Shades. You want to change up the sounds? Let's do that.
Yeah, because I feel like it did sound different the other time. Yeah, maybe, yeah.
That's already
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, exactly. Ronald Dragster wants to know if I keep puzzle solutions away from Dan. I haven't had to tell him how to do anything actually in particular. Sometimes I'll send him animations of sequences we're going to be composing that aren't in the game, but other than that. Hey, Rick.
Okay. Hey, what's up, Rick? Dude, I like the game, man. I saw some of the artwork. The artwork looks really cool. You guys are working on so if anybody doesn't know, CGG Rick and Paul, who I don't know his Twitch handle, but he's been here before. They're working on their own adventure game at the moment. I don't know if you guys are you guys working in AGS also?
Oops.
What do we think of that lower voice or whatever it is? Nice. Let's just loop this part up. I kind of like that one.
Yeah.
I like the two of these together now because they're kind of not. They give the tone I want, but they don't. They're not intrusive or irritating like the Squeak Squad. Who said the Squeak Squad? Like the Squeak Squad. Oh, Anna's here too. What's up, Anna? Yeah, I like this better. Now, right here, I feel like there's something going on. Maybe this could be earlier. Or right. That's better. Is that where I had it before? Yes. There you go. Shows how much I know. Sometimes when you change things, you realize you shouldn't change things.
Oh, Maximus, we still need to do sound effects.
I kind of like maybe putting another instrument in there, but otherwise I think this is pretty close. It's kind of like In the Hall of the Mountain King right there. something.
Maximus, we have streamed some sound effects before, but we haven't done it in a while.
We have, yeah, and I don't know if I'm set up quite the way I need to be to do sound effects, because I need to get into the DOS box and crazy stuff to get access to all the rest of the sounds that I have in my library, but I can do it at one point. I just have to put in a little more setup time for that.
Ronald wants to know what your favorite Sierra music composition is.
Well, I think that one's pretty easy. Let's see. Pretty close to it. Anybody know that? Definitely my favorite.
It does sound like Les Mis, the Castle on a Cloud song.
Is that what it sounds like originally? Interesting.
I won't sing it because, it's copyright.
I'm looking for my copy of the game that it's from. Emo tree song. That's technically correct. Eden Waith. That's funny. Yeah, I would say that my favorite is probably the King's Quest V soundtrack, specifically the Weeping Willow theme, which that was. Or, as Eden Waith properly called it, the Emo Tree song. Have we heard the SQH remix tracks from KQ? Oh, you know what? I haven't heard it. Oh, that's all right. But what's up, Francisco? It's good to have you here, man. I'm definitely a huge fan of Grundislav, aka Francisco. Awesome game dev. I've played a lot of his games. I'm gonna play his new game as soon as it's available to be played, which is Rosewater, if you didn't know that already. What's up, Frozo Grabbins? I like where we're at on this. I mean, I don't think there needs to be a lot more because it's a conversation. We have a bed. The only other option I was thinking on this particular song is to do some percussion or something like that. Oh, I need to change channels. Yeah. Let's mess with it. It
and
just might
also streams on Wednesdays. So.
Oh, yes, tomorrow. The only problem with it, sometimes it just gets to be too much. They're great. Him, Brandon Bloom, and John Paul Sapsford did some remixes. Oh, Brandon did some stuff? Nice. KQ5, 6. Nice. Very nice. No, I haven't heard any of it. I should try to jump in on something one of these days with those guys and do a cool little remix. Because you know what I like is the fact that even though it's been all these years, like now we have access to all these quote unquote better instruments. And I think some of them would sound really great orchestrated, like fully. I know what Space Quest Historian and Brandon have access to. I've got access to a little more. So just because I've dropped way too much money on all these plugins, but they were necessary for the last job that the last game that I worked on, Empire of Sin. Empire of Sin was an expensive proposition just to get all the libraries that I needed to properly compose for that game. But it worked. I don't know. I feel like, let's listen to this one time. I feel like we're pretty good on this.
Sure.
I don't know. What do you feel like? They're cool. Is it necessary?
Not really. There were a couple sounds I think near the beginning of those that were just pretty simple. They were okay.
Did you see that joke, by the way? That's like a deep nerd dad Sierra adventure game joke. Ronald Dragster. I'm impressed because that's impressive. Cosima went to the bathroom and started singing "Girl in the Shower." Wow. Do you see the look of absolute pleasure and elation on Julia's face? That's what that is. Elation. She can hardly contain herself. I know she's going to be jumping around the room right after this. What's up, Furoy? Julia's response is the only responsible one. I know. That's the problem. That's the problem. All right, let's save this. I think we're good with this. There were some interesting sounds. I think this is kind of one of those things where I'd love to see it in the game and then say, oh, that needs something more. Now, the problem with that is you guys are not going to be able to see this part of the game, but at least I will be able to see it and then decide at one point, once I get Julia the proper OGG files.
Yeah. I'll
be able to figure out if it needs more or if it's good as is. Oddly, for any of the developers here or any of the composers here, I think, this is just me, erring on the side of caution with too little probably is better than is sending too much. Because if you send too much, it would be kind of hard for Julia to say, well, there's so much going on here, take something out, or it's too much. I'd rather have her say, that's cool, I like it, can you add a little more to it? Because I think it's more difficult for you to describe what I should get rid of versus what I should add.
Yeah.
You could say, add something, which is easy. If you say, well, you got to get rid of some stuff because this is just a mess, then it's hard. Then I got to sort through, well, assuming I, knew what I was doing, making that said mess. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? Chapter 2. I think we have this already. This is the twist loop. Let's save this. Uh-oh, I have a file that doesn't belong in here. Well, this definitely isn't in the game.
What's this one called?
Chapter 2 Twist Loop. I'm trying to remember what part of the game it's from.
Yes.
The good thing is, Chapter 2 is not available to the public, so the only person that can really be at fault here is Julia. She's the only one with access to it, and maybe some playtesters.
I like it. I wish I remember what it was for.
I really like it. I'm not sure it needs any editing.
Well, it's hard to say if we don't remember what it's for. Oh my goodness. Okay, Good night, Judith Butler Lover. Thank you for stopping by and asking what a Roland MP32 was and watching the trailer with us.
See you soon, Judith Butler's lover. We could add to this. I do have an idea.
I think I know what this is for.
It's a positive step in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Got it. This is a long one. Holy cow.
It is, let's see. How long is this? As of now, it's 1 minute, 8 seconds.
Good. Good.
I don't know if it needs to be. Oh, I did this last time. Let me do this again. This will make it a little bit easier for everybody to see things here. So what we could do is add a little bit of mood to this, which I think it... Not that mood, but I was thinking more like just real basic string pad kind of things. That's even really nice.
I'm already thinking about a sequel to the Crimson Diamond, actually. I have an idea.
Oh dear, don't you have to release the first one before you do that?
No.
Francisco, what's the deal with that?
He actually said that you should always have your next one in mind when you're making the one that you're working on.
So was Rosewater in mind when you were making Lamplight City? Because I know they're in the same universe.
I'm sure that it must have been. Yes.
100%. There you go. Yeah. What about early? I guess Ben Jordan games were all just part of a series. And I wonder how Dave thought of it with Blackwell, if it was the same kind of vibe. Where they're all kind of together.
Massimo said surely a trilogy. I have no idea what the third one would be.
There's a sound that kind of swells in. Because this is where it's frustrating to use the MT32, because what I could do with a normal synth is just program it to do exactly what I want, like this. To do that on this, I would need to send system exclusive messages, which I'm not even sure Pro Tools is able to do. So that's a fun thing when using this old hardware, pre-General MIDI hardware. That's pretty good.
We don't want to go too eerie.
Well, the thing is, you're not really going to hear it. It's going to be the secondary thing.
There's hints to Rosewater in the Lamplight City intro, so he definitely was already thinking about it once you were writing dialogue, is what Grinislav says.
You mean like when he was talking about, well, I won't ruin it. When Miles and Bill are talking at the beginning, the opening of the game, I'm assuming. Is that technically the intro, even though it's playable? Is that what you're referring to? Or do you mean in the actual like title screen intro? prologue, yeah. Yeah, so for anybody who hasn't played Lamplight City, go out and buy it and play it. No good reason not to.
Let's see if I can find a link.
You don't even need an RTX video card to do it. I promise. No, that's not going to work. You never heard of Lamplight City? Really? Check it out. I really liked it. The voice acting in it is awesome. The fact that you can see real, what do they call it? Rotoscope capture of Francisco walking in and out of doors and putting on hats, or is that that might be Rosewater. I think there's some hats in. Is there hats in Lamplight City, or is that only Rosewater? Might only be Rosewater. No, it's good. Yeah, I definitely like it, and the soundtrack too. $15, buy it. Buy the soundtrack too. Buy the soundtrack too. I didn't do it. I'm just recommending that you support the guys who did. It'll help Francisco make more games, and it helps the adventure game community. So anytime we help that community and expand, it's a good thing.
And yes, people are talking about Netflix series for Crimson Diamond, Netflix anime series, and who would play Nancy?
It would have to be. It would have to be what's her name? Well, I guess who's the girl who played? Why can't I think of her name? I want to say Julia something. That's not her real name. Who she was in?
Amy Adams.
Not Amy Adams. Not.
She has to be like 45. Amy Adams by now. No.
Yeah. No, you know who would have been a killer as a young lady?
Jessica Chastain is she had. How old are these women? I'm not to say that
Gillian Anderson.
Oh sure, why not? Why not? Let's see. Okay.
No, the girl who was in, she was in one of the, not Jodie Foster, but she was in the later Hannibal movies, right? Well, who was in the Hannibal movie? Who was the actress in Hannibal? It's obviously too old now, but.
We could dye people's hair red.
Not Emma Stone. You can't do that.
Julianne Moore, who's like
Julianne
50,
Moore.
60 something now.
Julianne Moore, that's who I was thinking.
Because Nancy is about 21, maybe. I mean,
so
sure. I mean, she could do anything.
Perfect.
She could pull it off, probably. But yeah, I mean, I guess maybe sometimes people don't know that hair dye exists. Totally. Or wigs change the color of people's hair.
Grundislav.
Julianne Moore's awesome.
I mean, I had such a crush on Gillian Anderson in like back in the day, meaning like last Saturday.
Well, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful lady.
Beautiful today. She was beautiful back then.
Good voice too.
Yeah, man. Whew. This is getting steamy on this stream.
She's got the right haircut when she was Dana Scully for sure. I almost named Nancy Dana actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Dana Maple?
Well, I don't think she had her last name yet. Dana Maple sounds terrible. Yeah.
Dana Maple doesn't really have the same ring. I agree. What sound? Hold on a second. 108.
No, Protoman, Dan does not have a family-friendly tag. Oh no, you do, but it says your channel's for mature audiences when I raid, but then it says family-friendly.
Maybe I should remove that. Let me do that now.
Just now.
Probably did not do that on purpose. Okay, it's gone. We are no longer family-friendly.
Yeah, and that's going to change about everything to do with this. Diana Rigg, a good Nancy, yes, as Avengers era. I think even still when she was in Avengers era, I think she was probably not in her early 20s.
Well, then if you're going to go Avengers, then you got to go, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson is like 40 or something.
Yeah, but she looks like she's about 20. Let's see.
I guess the problem is when you're old, is that you can only name actresses and actors who are your age or older. I don't know any young actors or actresses.
This particular sound is not working. No.
Jim plays games. The only young actors you can name are from Game of Thrones. Yeah, exactly. I can't think of any other actors that are.
Who's the girl
young.
that was in True Blood? The redhead in True Blood, the vampire.
Oh my God.
Her name was
She's
Jessica
also 40.
on the show. Is she really?
Anna Paquin?
No. She wasn't a vampire in that show. Jessica. Yeah, I forget her name. She was like a teenager on the show, but yeah, that show's probably got to be 10 years old by now too. We're old. What can you do? No. Did she turn into a vampire at the end? I don't remember. The ending sucked.
Spoilers. What if I want to watch it?
Don't. Read the books. Apparently they're better.
Oh, I didn't know there were books.
They were books first.
Oh.
I don't. You know what? I honestly don't think this background sound thing is going to work. I tried. I had an idea, but it's.
I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to think of redheaded actresses.
Who was it? Anna Paquin? She wasn't a vampire. The Jessica girl was a vampire. That was like her whole character was supposed to be a vampire. She was only a non-vampire in part of one episode, I think.
See you later, Grindaslav. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Illy Swank. What's good?
Oh yeah, we could have what's her face who played Wanda from WandaVision, Elizabeth Olsen. She's also 40 probably.
I was gonna say. Well, I think we're good there. So, Julia, I don't know if you have paper handy or something. We can make a note of what we just worked on today.
Sure.
Chapter 2 twist loop. I need to send that to you. And the other thing we did was the commotion sting.
Okay, and commotion sting. Okay, got it.
Now, I want to see what we have in the horror shower scene, because there was originally supposed to be something done there that I don't think I ever did. Or I don't think I've ever played it for you.
Oh, Elizabeth Olsen's only 32. She's only 12 years too old to play Nancy Maple. Fine.
I mean, yeah, that's a little old to play it, but you never know. They can do it. Look, they made Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro about 40 years younger for what was that movie?
No,
Irishman.
Whatever. Yes.
I thought they looked terrible too. By the way, they should have just got real actors that were younger. Yeah. So
Anna Taylor-Joy would be good. She's not square enough. Yeah. Whoa. I don't remember that one at all. Yeah, Famke Janssen as Nancy as well. These are all... Yeah. Anna Taylor-Joy is too cool for sure.
Here's the problem. The sounds I don't have, so I don't know what the sounds are. I'm sure that's not the sound I was trying to use there.
Yeah. For sure, because I definitely remember the other piece we were doing, the commotion. This isn't the commotion sting,
nope.
Right?
This is from the shower. This was supposed to be from the shower.
Okay, because it sounds completely different. Yeah, because when we were doing the commotion sting, I definitely remember it sounding not like how we had when you just loaded it up originally. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I have no idea what it used to sound like. Oh, you know what? People have overlooked Sansa Stark as Nancy Maple.
Gilbert Gottfried as Nancy. Maybe just the voice. Oh my god.
What's her name, a Sansa Stark lady? She's probably too old too. She's probably in her
Gwyneth
mid-20s.
Paltrow?
No, Sophie Turner. Sophie Turner. How old is Sophie Turner?
This is the music I want to play when my
25,
GameCube
yes.
dies in 20 years. Well, when your GameCube dies, then you can go on to the Wii. And the Wii is good. And then when the Wii dies, you can go on to the Wii U, and all of those will play GameCube games. And by that time, probably they'll have emulation down to a science, because believe you me, they are going to make it so you can play all the old games on your system and pay for them again. That I'm sure of.
When I initially first heard that boing, boing, I didn't like it, but then it grew on me. By the third one, it grew on me.
Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like the last note or two could probably improve. But I kind of like that. I think we should save this as is. Let me just do 94.
Well, you know what? Do we?
43. Ah. Okay, this is 6.
The scene has like, does it have like 4 stabs in it? I don't remember.
Not exactly sure, but I think I timed this to one of the videos.
Okay, that's fine then.
Or the actual, maybe I took footage of the game and did that with it.
But the music is far louder than our voices.
Our voices? Oh, I can turn that down. That ain't it. This particular scene is kind of a it's probably one of the more gruesome scenes in the demo. Well, definitely the most gruesome scene in the demo. Maybe in the whole game, I don't know, but it's definitely on the gruesome side. I think we should save this. So mark this one down as well on our paper.
Okay, I will.
And let's move on to what else is here.
So what is this one called? Shower?
This is horror shower scene.
Horror shower scene.
Something is missing sting. Eavesdropping 2, Death Ditty, and Chapter 2 Twist Loop, which I think we did already. Let's see if these even work. Save changes? Yes. And here we are here. Okay, so of course I don't have any of the sounds marked down, do I? Oh, yes, I do. Wonderful. 51, 92, 83.
Yeah, I'm wondering, because I feel like a lot of the music we've composed up to this point has been pretty, it's been fairly tense stuff, because that's what we've been needing, and I'm wondering we need more cozy mystery type of sound. I
Probably.
don't know. Yeah.
We could
I
always
guess,
make some.
like the dinner waltz stuff is more like the cozy
We
mystery
have
stuff.
this. This is our.
Yes. This is the eavesdropping for sure. We do
Yep.
have this. Yeah. But it's really slow here.
Yeah, I think maybe I changed the tempo for some reason. Why, I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, we have all of this. Let's try a different eavesdropping. This is eavesdropping 2. Let's try this one. Don't save. This is a little different. No, this is not different. This might be the actual one. Let's skip that. We'll go to our death ditty. Da, 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 da. Dum, dum. We have this one already. Something is missing. Sting. Contact. This should not be using contact. Interesting. Okay. We definitely aren't using contact in any way, shape, or form in this game, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But let's see here. 108.
Ooh.
We don't have this, do we?
No. It's called Something is Missing? Do we know when we did this?
I can look, but I don't think this particular date here is right. Something is missing. Originally dates from February 24th, 2021. Yeah, that's when I downloaded it. I'll look elsewhere. Let me look in my Dropbox.
Wow, you would think we were pretty disorganized if you were watching this right now.
Oh, I'm a musician, so we're all disorganized, trust me.
And I have also not been organized very much with it. Because I can't remember what this is for. Something is missing.
Okay. Oh, I can't see it on my phone. I have to look on the... I have to look in the app or something like that. Whatever, it's all good. I do like this, though. I don't love the sounds. There we go.
Why does it do that?
What?
When you load it, it becomes different things.
Because I'm using really old hardware.
Okay.
And this is like one of the limitations of this. So I have to write the number here. Otherwise, for whatever reason, this will forget it. It doesn't always remember it properly. It's probably a bug in Pro Tools, but it's also the fact that Pro Tools doesn't really deal with MIDI, especially external MIDI. This is Pro Tools 2020.12.0. Like nobody uses external MIDI devices. And I shouldn't say nobody. Very few people are using external MIDI devices syncing up to Pro Tools at this point in the game. This software is really like, this is the best software to do mixing of audio or audio editing. And that's, if you go into any major studio anywhere on the planet, they'll be using Pro Tools. Does that mean it's better? No, it's just the industry standard. Oops.
And is this a loop?
I think it does.
Okay. Hey, Slayer T.
Ah, Slayer T. Ding ding. Coffee. Coffee. Coffee.
I wish we at least had a chapter for this.
Well, it'll be on the archives. Either we'll find it or one of our loving viewers will find it for us, I hope. You know, it's we should shout out anybody who's actually watching these on. There are people watching these on YouTube because we are seeing some comments come back, and some of the comments are like, "Oh, by the way, at 27 minutes in, you mentioned this," or an hour and 27 minutes in here, you mentioned that. So
it's awesome.
It is awesome. I'm glad people are watching it. Like, it makes us feel like what we're doing is appreciated. So that's a good feeling. Not just on the live stream. Not that everybody on the live stream isn't appreciated as well, but it's nice to know that people are watching the replays that can't be here at exactly Tuesday from 8 to whatever 10:30 Eastern time, which we normally do. Let's also take a look at the dinner waltz. Let's save this. Right, now here's more plugins that shouldn't be there. Oh, this is because this is done. This is the type of music that you are talking about, that where we need more of this kind of music that's just not angry, aggressive, or frightening, or whatever, gruesome.
Yeah, tense.
Tense. Yeah, there's no tension here. Even though the dinner
is a bit.
The dinner itself is tense. But the music is kind of reflecting of Dinner Party.
Yeah.
In 1914, right? Definitely one of my favorites besides the theme. The ragtime. Yeah, the ragtime's actually not even finished, that part. And that I would do on stream, but it's really, really difficult to do that properly on stream. Music that makes you want to beat up Amazon CEO. Doesn't Amazon own Twitch? I think they do. I'm not even sure. But no beating up, please. Let's see. Would be chat on top of the video.
Yeah, I think we could probably eventually, hopefully, use a restream or something where we could do this simultaneously through YouTube and Twitch, potentially.
Well, you could on YouTube, you don't actually need to do that. YouTube provides automatic closed captions, which aren't perfect, but probably are no better than or worse
Oh,
than.
but for chat even.
Oh, to see the chat.
Yeah.
Not the talking. Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah, we could probably do that somehow. Beats per minute only.
I think I might have tried it once really early on, but I don't think my setup is conducive to streaming in two different places.
I'm sure we could do that because it's easy enough to get the chat here in the streaming window somehow with the overlays that all the gamers use. Slayer
Oh, I
T's probably got
see.
it.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
like
course.
Jim Plays Games I think has it. I know my buddy Middle Age Stream has it. A lot of the guys have it, and guys and gals, excuse me, have it. So yeah, there's definitely a way to do it. I just never really thought it necessary, but I guess you're probably right in terms of the playback. It would be good to be able to see what's going on in the chat. So when we refer to a question in the chat, that somebody watching the replay wouldn't have any idea. So I think we're good here with the dinner waltz. So we could do this. We could click this button that says create new, and we could make a new piece. The question is, where would it go and what would it be that is not tense?
Yes, exactly. Well, here's the thing. The first thing that comes to mind, I don't know if this would be the best place to do it, is I know we said that the ragtime piece would be part of the introductory sequence.
The introductory sequence, yes.
But I mean, there's a lot of stuff there that is not tense.
Yeah, most of the intro is not tense, right?
Yeah. I mean, so we could always have a piece, but then again, it's how many people are actually going to get to hear that if they're going to be skipping that introductory sequence.
Well, if we do any music in the intro, probably we can repurpose or replay at another point in the game, I think. The settings menu. Well, we really have the theme playing at that point.
Well, I mean, if you were to open up the menu and just at any time.
Oh, you mean to have like a different options or whatever?
Yeah, if you just press escape to open the main menu at any time during playing the game, would it play music? Just have it on? I don't know.
You could, but do some like 1914 elevator music? They didn't really have elevators then. They did, but they didn't, right?
They probably didn't have elevator music.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they didn't have that. I'm sure they didn't have that.
But if you want, we could think about something like that, where they have this introductory sequence. For instance, there's a whole part where Nancy's boss comes into the Royal Ontario Museum, and they have that whole dialogue about finding the newspaper in the belly of the fish, etc. And then she goes out and puts her hat and coat on and leaves. That could be one long looping thing.
The question is, where could we repurpose that in another place in the game? Is there a place you could think of? Because I'm also thinking of outdoor. There's plenty of outdoor stuff happening. A jaunty little nautical tune for the boathouse. Yeah, I mean, you guys have seen, the images. We could try something.
I mean, for that, would it only play the first time you go into the boathouse? Would it play like every time you get into the boathouse?
Probably not. Probably that. If you're thinking of something like that, I don't know if it would be like a tune or it'd be more of a sting. Just like, oh, here's the boathouse.
But I did want a piece, like, you know how when you leave in Curse of Glory 1, when you go into the woods for the first time, there's a bit of a, oh, you've gone into the woods for the first time, here's your adventure type of music.
Yes. And that's kind of more of a sting, isn't it?
So we could always do something like that where, at some point Nancy does get to go outside in the daytime and explore the ground. So
let's call it the outdoor sting for now.
Okay.
Although
and so we could have that bit of a triumphant piece where it's like, here she goes out into the wilderness type of thing. I don't know if there's a radio in the car either.
Probably not. But you never know.
And
This is.
speaking of,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, no, I was thinking about how quickly you tend to compose stuff, and I was wondering, you've mentioned to me about how sometimes you've had to do whole albums in the short amount of time you've done them in.
What do you mean,
What
like
to turn something around?
to do a song?
Well, to do it like an actually a song for recording, or even multiple songs or albums, or however you would work.
Yeah, well, like when somebody says something like, "Oh, I'm gonna make a beat,"
Mm-hmm.
they make it in like 10 minutes or 15
Okay.
minutes or 20 minutes, but it's really only a loop. So to make that into a song, maybe takes a couple hours. Like,
Okay.
so you can have like a full tracked out. I mean, eventually, geez, if I ever can expand on the streaming that I do, which is difficult to find the time, but
Mm-hmm.
I could always show stuff like that. The class that I work on Mondays, we really do a lot of that stuff.
Nice.
In fact, I could show some of that off if you want to see it, but it's really kind of stuff comes together really quick. Can I show it off? I think I might be able to.
Even with exactly the music, when the music first plays outside of Spielberg, is what I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh, there's Tracy
Space
and
Quest?
Jody. That's Sean Paul's wife there.
Oh, which one?
Oh yeah. That's probably what they
There
play
we
at the
go.
beginning.
That's better.
It is in my stories. If you think I know how to actually use this, there we go. My stories?
Yeah, I don't know how.
No, it's
to
here.
use
Here we
these.
go. So this is
Okay.
the original track. Let's see if this works. Nope. Hold
Nope.
on. Maybe I can get this to work still.
It's not muted on the. No, it's not. Okay.
No, it's something stupid with the way Windows does audio. Nope. Okay then. So maybe I can't get it. But if you want to see it, you can look on my Instagram.
Nice.
Instagram, Dan the Band NYC. Check out the reels. I think these are from reels. The last two. This is
Cool.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear that?
Yes.
So, it's not very good. But that's like one sample and then a few tracks. Can't really hear it very well.
And so when you first joined with the Bada Bands for Sean Paul, how long were you in Jamaica for?
6 weeks.
That's amazing. So how much of that was like, what were you doing in the 6 weeks? What did that comprise of?
We basically were in rehearsal almost every day.
Wow.
But we would rehearse we would listen, we would play, we would listen more, we would talk. And you got to remember, like, the band didn't know each other. I knew the drummer from here in New York because he was from New York at the time. We've since changed drummers to one that's from Jamaica. But we would just talk and try to absorb the culture and the music. And Sean would come through sometimes and he would say, "Yo, I want to take you guys to this place. You guys need to check this out or hear this and listen to that. Okay, this is cool, but try this." So that's kind of the way we absorb dance hall and the culture of Jamaica, because that's really what Sean wanted, and I think that's what the musical director wanted. And I think that's it's unbelievably awesome, but it's also unbelievably unique. Like, that doesn't happen here. You have musicians from the US. Like, did Taylor Swift's band spend 3 months in Nashville learning about the culture? No. They might have gone to LA to rehearse for 3 months, but it's not the same thing. It's kind of, I don't know this for a fact, but it's more kind of structured. Whereas our thing was not structured at all. In fact, we didn't play. We did 6 weeks in Jamaica. Then we came up to New York for a couple weeks to do dress rehearsals with the dancers before we left to go on our first tour. before we, so let's see, the first, we put together the show. We did not actually play the show until we got to the stage, the first show. No, we'd never run the full show straight down until we showed up in the UK. I think it was London at a festival for whatever 30,000 people, and we'd never run the show before. And there is video footage of it somewhere. If you want to hear me playing an entire song in the wrong key, you can hear that. And there's video of Eddie Van Halen playing, I think, Jump, the entirety of Jump in the wrong key. And that wasn't his fault. And I would argue that this one wasn't exactly my fault either. I couldn't really hear what I was playing because I had the monitoring. Anyway, all in all, stuff happens, put it that way. But that was 9 years ago. So since then, it's gone a lot better. We don't have those type of mishaps these days. We all know each other. We're comfortable with each other, friendly with each other, and things like that. So anyway, let's make some noise.
It does sound 90s with this type of synth. It's kind of a synthy sound, isn't it? Like
yeah, we can change. We can change the sound.
Even that, yeah, even like the rhythm that you're doing is kind of reminds me of those kinds of movies, which is perfect. Ronald, Director, thank you for hanging out until 4. Holy cow. Have a good night.
Where are you tuning in from, Ronald Dragstra?
So Dan, I'm thinking for this is already going so well. What if the first time, she goes outside, there's this whole song that plays in its entirety as you're walking around outside and then just ends. So you don't have to loop it, you can do something from beginning to end.
That would be cool. I'm kind of thinking guitar-y, outdoorsy, folky, trying to be 1914. It's tough because I don't want to go like too jaunty. I don't want to be jaunty. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Netherlands, nice. Have a good night.
Ah, very nice. Are you in Amsterdam? Because my favorite Indian restaurant on the planet is in Amsterdam. I still dream of that place. Every time I've gone to Amsterdam since I've discovered it, I've gone there.
Oh, wow.
I guess I can move this mic so you can actually hear me.
So yeah, just do whatever you want with this, Dan. Make it as long as you like, because we'll play this, as long as they're outside, they'll hear it go from beginning to end. If they enter the lodge while this is playing, it'll shut off. But if they want to wander around to their heart's content while this is playing, they'll get a whole song. Indian's one of those types of cuisines that actually does really good in a buffet setting, although that's probably not going to happen for quite some time.
Oh, man. Then let me tell you something. This particular place is like a family-owned spot. I asked the owner if he would consider opening up another restaurant elsewhere, and he was like, nope. I like it. I'm good with this. He wasn't like trying to hustle and do more things. And he said he had family in New York, but he had no plans to open a restaurant there, which was sad to me. because to be honest, the Indian food that you can get in the UK and Amsterdam and Europe in general is just far superior. Far, 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 far superior. I think the buffet is fine, but trust me, the buffet has been sitting out there. This place, Slayer T's been there with me a time or two. The DJ from Sean has been there. The other guys from the group have been there. The PC King Anabras, who is the world's largest Guinness Book of World Record holder for the largest collection of big box PC games, he came and met me in Amsterdam, and I took him there. I said, "Bro, we got to go to this place. I'm going right now. You want to meet me there?" And I met him somewhere in the by one of the train stations there, and we went there. It was awesome. So anyway.
Something that, triumphant, something upbeat where
I think I'm just gonna hit record and go.
Go for it. Let's do this. And Nancy's a city girl. This is the first time she's really seeing a forest as this forest is. And it's morning and green. The air is fresher than she's used to, I'd say. So she's getting to appreciate something she's never really had before or seen before. And hopefully it will encourage the player to walk around and take in the scenery too. So I'd like to think this is something she'll look back on as one of the memories that really sticks in her head about the time there, is that the first time she really saw it. Because in the opening of the game, she comes in this car and it's dark and it's loud and she doesn't really see what's out there. So it's almost like she got transported to a completely different place. Almost like she was in outer space or something and landed in a different planet. And also the night before was a little bit weird too. She's seen some interesting things and some intrigue and everything. And when you get that first breath of air where there's no one really else around.
That's one take. Let's save this.
Cool.
This is currently patch 3. Let's mute this, save this, and let's do a totally different kind of vibe.
Sure. I'll try to think of a different vibe. We could try something more exciting where she's really like psyched out to be out there and she's really gonna try to do her job and she's gonna, I'm here to do this and I'm going to get to do this. I didn't think that I would get this chance. It's almost like she doesn't know where to look first, She wants to take it in, but she's like, do I go east? Do I go west? There's just this whole world out there for me right now. And she wants to make the most of it. Embarking on a journey music, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's do something like that.
It's wondrous and exciting and optimistic. Yeah. Discovery. Yeah, definitely sounds like her mind is turning towards these possibilities that she's going to have. And something completely different for her, too. Yeah, discovery, but out to prove something. That's what Deavor said. Yeah, she wants to prove herself. It's like, I guess when it's like you're a kid and you go to an amusement park and there's so many things to see and do, and you just want to do everything at once. And I guess the player hopefully should feel the same way when they venture outside for the first time. There's so many different directions to go. There's so many things I want to see and try. Kind of don't know sometimes where to head first. Yeah, now it sounds like she's going through the forest. She's going deeper into the forest. She's getting a closer look at things, I guess. There's this waterfall, this rushing river. I guess it's exciting and calming at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. I guess it builds too. It probably would build. Yeah, it definitely sounds like exploration for sure. Yeah, this sounds happy. That's good. Moving into some sort of like a happy enjoyment type of thing.
I don't know. I think that's a couple of nice ideas.
Yeah, there's some nice ideas in there.
And they're different enough, right? Yeah, pretty different. Now we could go a really, really different direction. This could be boarding the train too.
Sure.
This could be boarding the train.
Well, I would think boarding the train would be more exciting for her when she was...
Could be. Maybe it could be the ending of the train where they get off at the station. I have one more possibility.
Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking like really, well, maybe might be too slow. I was thinking more like a soundscape kind of thing.
Yeah. More atmospheric type of thing.
Yeah.
We can try that for sure.
And I'm kind of staying around this key because the theme is in E minor.
Okay.
If I'm in G major, it's the relative major of E minor, so it kind of gives us a little bit in theory it ties it in together a little bit. Let me see. I don't know if I can actually do this or not, but we'll try.
Heavy?
Yeah, maybe. Might be a little too clunky for what we're doing. Wandering around the landscape of Crimson, Ontario, the fictional mining town.
I've taken to calling it just like the old town or the ghost town, and because it's kind of fun for people not to know it's fictional.
The old mining town.
Yeah. Because you can say, oh, is that a real place? And you can look it up and you won't find it, but that doesn't mean it didn't once exist. Have you ever heard Wandering the English Moor?
What's that game that has it's an AGS game, they're new, they're making it right now, and they're kind of wandering around the English Moor, and there's like a violin player in the trailer. It's pixel art style. I want to say
Incantatum?
Yes.
Is that one?
Yes. Pretty good.
I'm probably not pronouncing it properly. Incantatum? Hold on, I'll look it up.
Incantatum by Cloak and Dagger. Yes. Is that guy Sean?
Yes, it is. I met him at Adventure X.
I never met him, but I know I follow his dev on Twitter. That's kind of that vibe. Sean Atchinson?
Yes.
I don't know how I'm pronouncing it correctly. Yeah.
I also don't know.
Sean and John. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Do they do any dev streams? By the way, I still haven't caught the theropods. Incantamatum. Do they do dev streams? I would love to catch it. And I would love to catch the theropods dev stream too. Because that game looks really cool.
Make sure this works. mentioned this actually on the Geek's Guide to the Galaxy podcast, is if you just Google Crimson Diamond, the Crimson Diamond is the first result.
Sweet.
Which I love, yes. Lighter and more
I feel like the sound
active.
could be painting us into a corner a little bit, which is never really a good thing. Let's see, this is 60. I just want to label these so that later, if things get screwy, 94, then we'll know where we started at least.
Yeah, I think maybe some kind of triumphant trumpet might not be too far off base. Or even those. That's lively and light. It sounds very like Disney nature kind of thing.
Or even like Zelda or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds like kind of foresty animals.
Yes. Might be too lively because there's not a lot going on.
Well, there are nesting cormorants and fish. Certainly there's fish.
Well, we don't see fish, but we should.
In the intro you see fish.
That's true.
And there's a fish jumping. As a matter of fact, there's a fish jumping in the my ad screen.
Might be too much.
Too jaunty.
Yeah, too jaunty. That's not bad.
Have you ever seen any of the old PBS versions of the Chronicles of Narnia?
We watched them in school, but I don't remember what the music sounded like.
The British actors? No,
yes.
I don't know if it's the music, but definitely the the landscape settings. Because like you remember how like bad they looked? Like the costumes were really kind of poor, and
I thought they were fine.
Oh, watch it again.
You have higher standards.
Oh dear. Watch that again. If you see it, you're gonna be like, "What the hell is this?" And it looked like, some of the settings look like, when you're taking Christmas pictures as a kid or something, sitting on Santa's lap in the village at the mall. Some of them look like that. Come on. Can we we gotta find that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
What is it?
Chronicle, like Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, BBC, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
What?
Come on.
Oh, it's great.
I'm shutting off. Oh, this is the entire movie. Wow. But come on.
Look how good that looks. What are you talking about?
Oh, please. Oh, yeah, that's some amazing.
She looks great. She looks like an Art Nouveau queen.
She looks great, but her sleigh doesn't look so great.
Well, it's covered by the kid standing in front of it and all those. It's very Art Nouveau. Look how gorgeous that is. What are you talking about?
I'm not too sure about that.
This looks all good. I don't know what you're
okay,
an American. You need flash and dazzle, razzle dazzle.
No, but I don't need this.
Hold on.
Come on. You can't tell me that looks good.
Well, it's really freaky looking, which probably is good because you're supposed to be scared of a giant beaver. I'm sorry. I think it looks good. I mean, look how the face. It actually does look like he has fur on his face, right?
Yeah. I don't know. It looks
creepy.
It always looks
cheap
great to me. This movie. Look. Like you can see, like this just looks. I don't know. It looks like foam that was painted.
Moodily. It's very nice. Look at the carving that they did on that pillar. You won't. No, I'm sorry. You're totally wrong on this.
Okay, this maybe it was Aslan that I was really like, come on, dude. Like, are you serious?
Look at this. Good.
Look at the gloves. Come on. Get out of here. It looks good. Get out
That's
of
what beaver
here.
hands look like. I'm a Canadian. I know what beavers look like.
Get out of here with this.
And that lion looks fantastic.
This looks like they did it in somebody's backyard in what's the name, in like, I don't know about that.
This is what an overcast London day looks like.
That's like every shot in this.
Yeah, it's overcast a lot in England.
It looks like a play. I guess that's what it looks like to me.
No, there's
Yeah.
tents in the background. There's depth here. Look at this beautiful tent.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree because.
Well, like I said, you're American, so you're not one of the colonies. You don't have that British influence going. So you want to see.
Is the British influence that strong still?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I
You'd
guess
really
I
be
would.
surprised.
I mean, Victoria, I remember seeing stuff like that. Ever see the 1985 live action Alice in Wonderland? No, I never saw that. The home video DVD of these three specials included interviews with the then adult kids.
That's
so
cool.
Check this out. I never had them. I had the VHS tapes. So we have, my parents probably still have them at their house. But we also rented them from the library because the library was a lot cheaper than the video store.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they would have PBS, BBC. Was it a BBC thing?
I don't know. It could have been
sense.
PBS. Well, I don't know.
I remember it being PBS, but maybe PBS licensed it from BBC or something like
probably. I thought that looked grand.
I don't know. I mean, I guess to me it looked kind of like I don't know.
You were such a jaded kid.
I guess so. I don't know. With Whoopi Goldberg as the Cheshire Cat. You know, I don't recall. My wife always talks about one of the Anne of Green Gables ones or something like that. That's also the tape. For a while, the tape was like $200 on Amazon. VHS tape. She's like, order it. I'm like, what am I going to order this for? You're not going to watch it. I'll find it for you on YouTube or something. You're not going to watch this. She's like, yes, I am. Which, by the way, I do have a stack of VHS tapes and an HDMI VHS player, so I can play in high quality VHS tapes.
Okay. That's
Should
awesome.
I need to, but I don't need to at the moment.
Well, you don't need a second Roland MT32. That's broken.
Oh, I so disagree with you. It actually would have been really cool and probably easy to fix, but for the price that it went for more than what I paid for my working one. So they're just everything is, as you probably, if you're buying anything new or on the secondary market at the moment, it's really hard to buy electronics. There's just a shortage of semiconductors and parts. So if you want a GPU, imagine trying to buy an RTX card or a Radeon card at the moment. You can't buy them. Still, after months, you cannot get them in the store. You can't walk into a store and buy them unless you wait outside the store, assuming that they have them, and go get them. It's ridiculous. That's still a thing, by the way. And it's been going on for months. And I don't know why it's such a thing, but the secondary market has exploded for antiques and collectibles and all kinds of stuff.
Well, I guess people are staying at home like everyone else.
I guess that must have something to do with it, but I think people are also speculating on the value of these things, or they're assuming that the US dollar is going to crash or something like that. I don't know. I don't really agree with that way of thinking, but it is what it is. So they're hoarding things, or they're buying up things, or they're spending $660,000 on a sealed copy of Super Mario Brothers. I don't know if you saw that one. It sold last week for $660,000.
Wow.
So imagine you had one of those lying around in your attic somewhere. If you got it to a grading company and sold it, it would be nuts. It would be worth possibly hundreds of thousands. And we all laughed when the first one sold for 100,000. Well, now this one sold for 7 times that. Whatever. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So yeah, retro anything is going crazy. Yeah, so it kind of sucks when you're trying to make a video game using retro hardware, and buying an MT32. Even back when I got the MT32, which was a couple years ago now. or at least yeah, it's got to be 2. When did I get it? Did I get it before? I got it before we went to PAX East, or did I get it afterward? Maybe I got it after.
You must have had it before then, because the demo was done, like with the new theme in it, I'm sure.
That's true. So I must have had it before then. And that was before we started streaming. But yeah, when you have 660 grand.
Oh yeah, so what was the stream anniversary? Isn't it going to be like next week or something?
Is it?
Check. Let me check.
April, so we're coming up on a year of streaming? That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
Oh, how about that? Nice. How about that? Well,
Okay,
I'll tell you what, I'm going to save these. We have 3 options here, which maybe in one of the future streams we can go through these and edit and pick out what we like and potentially use these for different parts of the game.
Oh. Maybe we already passed.
Did it? Did we miss it?
Wait a sec. Oh wait, hold on.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I feel like making the Crimson Diamond live. This one streamed March 2020, March 31st.
March 31st. So then we missed it by a week. So last week was the stream anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah, because I actually thought April the 14th, because that's the one that has the first one that has a date on it. So we actually missed it.
Nice.
Oh well.
Well, we can make it up.
Okay,
we can lie to people and tell them it was later. Well, we still have March 2022. Yeah, that'll be the 2-year anniversary. Hopefully by that time the game will be released and we'll be doing other cool stuff at that point.
Yeah.
We'll be doing play-alongs and let's plays, and Julia will be on other people's streams and YouTubes and doing interviews and stuff. No, I think it will be. I hope it will be. I'll push Julia. It would be nice. But the release date will still be when it's ready. We're not changing
it would
that.
be. There's so many things that would be nice. Dan, you want to start a list? I've got my paper and my pen here.
You do.
A list of things that would be
You've got
nice.
a list. Oh, add the outdoor stings to the list.
Oh yeah, okay.
Although those are not something I can really send you at the moment. They're not really ready. You know, we should have a Google Doc that we share that has all this information.
Oh, that would be so well organized. That's what we do when I work on these teams. They have it all set up.
Yeah.
You don't even know. Yeah. But it's not even really a sting, is it?
I don't know what it is. What do you want to call it?
I don't know. Don't you? Isn't there a musician term for something like this?
Outdoor music, outdoor theme. I mean, it depends on the game style. Adventure games are tough because you can just kind of call it anything. What will first time outdoors?
Okay.
Something like that. So like in an adventure game, you really need to, really. Mega Hammer felt a sting was at the end. What do you mean? Because I think of a sting as just some little. Oh, you mean like a scene transition? Is that what you mean by a sting?
I always felt like a sting was just a quick little hit of like just 2 seconds of music.
That's what I
dramatic
think.
Effect.
That's what I think of it as.
Yeah.
Like an opening is at the front, but a sting is at the end. Huh. He might be right. He studies a lot of that stuff more heavily than I do. No, I wouldn't fight. I'd actually like to hear his explanation because he really does study. If you've watched any of his streams, they're pretty in depth, So I think. Wait, didn't you guys do a stream together, recently, Day of War? No. Was that Edenwaith that was doing it?
No, it's Day of War.
It was Day of War, right?
Yeah.
It was just co-streaming with him. Nice. Like hours ago. Oh, there you go. Sweet. And you guys were doing art and music? Because I think I saw something. That's pretty cool. Like, Julie and I have never actually... We've done a lot of co-streams, but we've never actually done her doing art and me doing music at the same time.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, maybe we should do that for... We can pretend like the stream anniversary is next week, I mean, this...
What's next week? April something?
I don't know.
April 13?
Yeah, well, April 14th is... so it would be that one, even though, actually it was March 31st, but oops. So, well, you weren't here anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No. But what are we doing next week? I think you're going to be doing artwork next week, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Do you have an idea of what that will be?
Well, yeah, more of the same thing I've been doing the past 3 or 4 times. Everything takes so much longer on stream. Yeah, that's what I'll probably be working on. And actually, someone sent me a helper sketch for the sitting down guy because I was struggling with him a little bit. So maybe we'll work on that. And I'll try to. I don't know. I say this now, but I'll try to come up with something semi-special for this so-called streamiversary that we're pretending is actually April the 14th.
Well, you know what I used to do too when I would prepare some of our streams, I had videos prepared that we would watch and stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe I'll see if I can find some of that stuff because that now should be, in theory, easier to play with my stream setup. I think I'm going to leave it like this, and maybe I'll return this other interface that I got, assuming I can. Yeah, Mega Hammer closed the stream before rating today. Oh man, that's all good. That's all good. But I think at this point we are going to probably close off this stream for tonight and say that we are going to see you next Tuesday, Crimson Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the channel twitch.tv/a_maple mystery, where Julia will be continuing her painting pixels. And I will be watching in the audience, hopefully, because I have not been able to recently.
I can't shout myself out. What?
Yeah, why don't you shout yourself out?
I'm trying and I can't.
You don't? You can't? Why not?
It won't let me just do myself.
Oh, maybe I have to do it. How'd you do it? You were able to do it.
But oh no, I didn't, because that was a mistake.
Shout out somebody else.
No, yeah, I totally just shouted out someone else.
The wrong person.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see if I can do that.
I should be able to. There we go.
There we go.
Thank you. Yes, thank you guys for hanging out with us. It was fun as always, and Dan actually got to compose something, which I actually like seeing live too, and it was nice that we got to do some of that.
Yeah, maybe we should try to always add a little piece of something in there, even if it's not something we end up using.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'm wondering, who should we raid up? We've got a few folks here. Last time we raided Storm, right? That was a while ago. Ooh. Our buddy Middle-Aged Stream is doing NES Batman.
Oh.
Kilgore is still doing Tex. Oh, he's doing a different Tex Murphy 2014 game. Renaissance is doing La Mulana still. He's been playing this for months. Wild.
Yes.
Taco has been doing Dracula the Last Sanctuary. I think it's an adventure game, Windows. And I'd say that's about it. Who else do we have here? Yeah, I think that's it. So what do you guys say? Who should we raid up?
Oh boy. Well, I feel like we haven't raided Middle-Aged Stream in a long time, but
we can raid Jimbles. I wouldn't mind. Let's raid him up. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jimbles? Let's go Jimbles. Raid. Let me do this right.
Can you do it?
Maybe?
Yeah.
What's a prediction?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Something that came up in chat was, no one calls you Daniel. Do people call you Danny?
No.
Does no one call you Danny?
No. Not for a long time. Maybe when I was a little kid.
Hmm.
Actually, my father will call me Danny occasionally, but rarely.
Because I don't have a name like that changed over time. My name has always been the same thing. There's no short of that.
Jules?
Really. I've got that bit. Maybe, yeah.
Jules, or that's about it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Jewel.
Nope.
Hey, I think I typed the right command.
Whoa, look at that.
Unbelievable.
Was that your first try?
It was. It took a while. I'll be honest. It definitely was not fast. So I just wanted to say one more time, thank you guys all for being here. My name is Dan Policar. This is Julia Minamato. We were so happy to have you with us again on Crimson Tuesday. We will see you next week. And let's go raid our crazy buddy Jimbles. Boom.
Boom.
And we are on Jimbo's.
Damn it! Oh, shit. One health in a dream. Oh, what is going on?
Very nice.
Yo, it's Dan. Did we just get ourselves a hot raid from Dan the Band Music?
Stop streaming. Stop.
Oh. Captain's log, stardate 4.6.